Hello, this is Alex Kerekes, and I want to welcome you to my Finding Lost Civilization series. Today we're in a place called Bishop, California, which is in the eastern Sierras of California. And we're in an area right now called Fish Slough. And as you can see, it's kind of like, it's a little valley in between these hills that are coming in between these two mountain ranges to the east and then to the west. Well, this area has been the home of the Indians for over 10,000 years. And there's petroglyphs here. And we ask ourselves, why are there petroglyphs here? Well, behind me, this is called a slough, which generally indicates that there's water, low water, swampy water. So there's a lot of birds here, a lot of fowl, there's a lot of fish here. A great place for the Indians to be here because water sustains life. So, the Indians lived here, and we find evidence of their life on petroglyphs in this area. So our journey today in finding lost civilizations is to find these petroglyphs, to photograph them, to take a movie of them so that you can see what life was like here, or how it was at least interpreted. We won't know what all the symbols mean. We can guess, and that's always a lot of fun. So anyways, let's continue with our journey in finding the petroglyphs in Bishop, California. We have arrived to our first petroglyph site, and I tell you what I found is incredible. The literature talks about petroglyphs, and that's it. So many people come here, and they come to this rock right here in front of us. This boulder, which I'll point to right here. There's several petroglyphs, and they'll leave. But what I did was I explored the area, and can you believe it? I am so excited. I found the remnants of an original old encampment here. Now, if you look at the rock formations over here, this used to be an old dry lake bed. Right now, it's considered a slough, swampy land to the east. But you can see right here with the formation of the stones and the boulders and the rocks and I guess the gravel below me that this was once the shoreline to an old lake bed. Look over here directly to me in front. You can see where the water surface is lapped up onto this boulder. And you can see over here the formation. These are volcanic stones of where the old lake used to be. But I tell you what I'm going to do is take you to where the old huts were. And I'm going to take you to a grinding area where they ground their corn, or they ground their acorn, or they ground wild nuts, pine nuts, where they cooked and where they slept. I mean, this is incredible. But I'm going to show you how old these people are. I'm going to show you a symbol right here in front of us. This here is referred to the alatal, and that is very, very ancient. And this was the precursor to the bow and arrow. A long time ago, they used to use this to throw projectiles. And this round surface over here was the weight on a stick. So this gave it an extra momentum to the force of throwing a projectile. So this is a very ancient site. This predated the bow and arrow. It's very old. Right back here, there's a big boulder, and this here, you can see the shoreline was right over here, and there was a big boulder right on the shoreline where they prepared food. So let's go over there. I'm going to show you this boulder. It's fantastic. I'm telling you, I'm so happy. What I did is I went behind here and I walked for a quarter of a mile. I did a big loop. I did a big circle. I said, there must be something here besides the symbols. This was water here. This was life. This is indicative of villages, and I found it. Oh, I'm so excited to show you it. So anyways, let's continue and let me show you what I found. All right before me is that big boulder where all the symbols were. Here's where the shoreline used to be. And right over here in And this area is where I found the village, or the remnants of the village. So let's walk over to the boulder, okay, to the big boulder where the village cooked their food, where they prepared their food. Anyways, we're coming closer to this wonderful spot, this food preparation spot, and we're gonna take a look at it from up on this high boulder, and then we'll go down and look at it. Wow, look at that there. Do you see it right over here? The whole top of that boulder is smoothed out. Look at that boulder over there. See how rough it is? That's the natural formation. Right here, that whole boulder has been smoothed out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my, there's numerous places where they cooked. And look, there's a channel over here, okay, where maybe they washed out food. Anyways, let's get on a boulder and take a look at it. It's fabulous. Well, we're on our boulder surface, but let me first show you the boulder next to this one over here. Look at this over here. This is the natural configuration of the stone. This is all volcanic in nature and very rough, uneven, really a difficult piece of rock or boulder to actually do any artwork on, like petroglyphs. So it was really an undertaking for the Indians to do petroglyphs on those type of stones. But I'm going to show you this boulder right over here. Obviously, I'll tell you, you can tell that it's been channeled out. Okay, you can see my shadow, but let me show you the surface right here where my hand is, right here. This is all smooth over here. But I'm going to turn around and we'll walk this boulder. This over here is smooth, okay. Here's another area that's discolored and smooth. Here's another area right there that's discolored and smooth, and right there and right there. Okay, these pits, believe it or not, these are what I'll call cooking implements. Look at these right here in a row. 1, 2, 3. Here's another one. Okay, here's another spot, okay. And then there's another one right over here, okay. And here's another one here. And there's 1 here, 2, 3. I mean, this is incredible. Look at the symmetry on this one over here. Look at this, it's smooth as like a baby's butt. It's beautiful. There's another one right there. And of course, there's one right here. Now, what was this here? In Mexico, you know, these food preparation areas sometimes are referred to as metates, and mano is the, well, let's call it like the pestle in a motor, okay? You can imagine they put in some grains over here, some nuts, and with a big rock or a big stone that's formed, like a pestle, they would hit it. They would crush it. That's what these big ones were used for, okay? They would take the pine nuts, acorns, and they would crush them right here. They would break open the husk with a big piece of rock. Then right here on a smooth saw place, right over here, in Mexico they call it a mano, but another grinding stone, they would go like this, okay? They would go like this. They would go like this. And they would grind it down to a fine powder. So that's what these were used for over here. These bowls over here, okay, were used to crush items, berries, maybe even fish, make sauce out of them. And then the smooth spots, like here's one right here, was used to grind. And of course, here was the seashore. You know, here is the seashore. This is typical. I've seen it in many places before. Where you'll find water, you'll find life. So anyways, from here, let's go to the village. It's right up over there. And I tell you, you know, you have to be curious. All I did was walk the big circle here and I found it. Yes, most people just come and they take a look at those symbols on that rock and then they leave. And they leave behind the most precious thing that you can, I guess, link to the petroglyphs, signs of life. So let's continue. Well, there's another point of reference again. Let me show you. That's where the boulder that had all the symbols on there right over here. Here was the shoreline. Here is the big boulder where the village prepared their food. As I turn around over here, there's a little upslope, okay, on a high ground is where we're going to find our settlement. And you know, the settlements back then, what they did is they dug pits. They took boulders and they would make a circular pattern. And then they would take timber, pieces of reeds and stuff, and they would put them in a teepee fashion, laying on top of each other. And the stones provided this breaking system so that these, I guess, you know, sticks and leaves and branches and logs wouldn't slip out, okay? So anyways, let's continue over here and we'll go up to the first one, okay? Well, we're continuing, and I'm going to take you to the first site that I saw, and this is great. This one even has a floor. They were very wise when they chose this spot. Look at this over here. Okay, look at this right here. We have a circular pattern right over here. A circular pattern, okay. Here's the entranceway right here. And look, what's really great about this piece of stone over here, maybe this was the kitchen, because look, right over here, right where I'm going here, is another, I guess, what you would call a food preparation area right over here. Fantastic. Yes, maybe the kitchen. Look, a hard rock surface. Oh my goodness, look here, right over here. Here's another one. Here's another one I didn't even notice before. So this was probably what I would consider the kitchen. Okay, again, look right over here. You can see the circular pattern. There's the entranceway. There's the entranceway right over there. So they took these logs, sticks, and boulders and put them in a teepee fashion, and this formed the circular break so that they wouldn't slip down. So I turned around and I started looking. I said, this is an Indian village over here. There's water over here. There's the food preparation bowl over here. There's this grand vista, water and grand vistas. All right, this was a good protectable spot. You could see your enemies coming from miles. But anyways, look, right over here in front of us, I found another site. Look at this. Okay, here you can see again the circular pattern of where the home was, right over here. This is a big one. This is a big one right over here. Let's walk around it. You can see that these were placed here on top of each other. These were put here by man, but look, it was put here by man thousands and thousands of years ago. This is fabulous. This is fantastic. Okay, now, there's another one that I found. Okay, this could be one right over here too. But I found one with like a stepping stone entrance. Let me see if I can find it again. But let me show you, here's probably the main hut. Right over here, you can see how the boulders have been placed over here. You can see the circular pattern, but look at this. I mean, this is fabulous. Here you go. Okay, let me go to the front door here. Look at this. There's a stone right here and another one right here. Let me go up there, okay. I'm stepping on a first one and I've entered the chief's palace. This is fantastic. Fantastic. As I said, this is very old, very old. So as you can see, this is a great place for a village right up here. There was water, food, life to sustain the people here.